5 reasons Black Lives Matter will fail themselves and America. Before we start, I'd like to acknowledge that I understand Black Lives Matter is a lie propagated by the progressive left and that Black Lives Matter is only a product and purveyor of that lie. They know not what they think or do. 1. They are essentially discouraging police recruitment through protest and violent threats. They will not enlist in law enforcement themselves but will not hesitate to threaten or call on the only presence of law and order in their communities. By their own logic they want less police interaction, so black communities can do what they like without obstruction. Alternatively they could police their own neighborhoods, but I'm afraid that's of no interest to them. They will have a hard time based on the state of inner-city crime today. They may even be forced to work on correcting the issues in the black community, which is where all that energy should move towards.
I think you should go back to those caves that you crawled out of in the Caucasus Mountains.
2. When their white supporters start to overwhelmingly understand their motives are racist, self-serving and not about equality at all. In fact, many Black Lives Matter supporters want to be resegregated from those same white people. This group will take white help for political gain, but they are not empathetic towards whites and some clearly want you dead. I will assume that most of those reasons are delusional and far-fetched. The White House propaganda expert can be thanked for this. 3. They are the minority. The reason they are labeled such is because they are simply outnumbered as an ethnicity in America. It is not a matter of white supremacy, it is fact. The African American population is less than 15%. Black America has been under self-destruction for years. The liberal left infantilizes them and African Americans still vote Democrat. Black Lives Matter cannot sustain political influence without the Democratic Party, whom are the actual oppressors. If Black Lives Matter really wants resegregation, they will be in more trouble economically than ever before. In the event that were to happen, they would fall on their face. This small pocket of idiots do not represent black Americans. There are many decent black Americans, but those are the ones you call coons. Simply because someone works hard and speaks properly does not make them a coon. You will get nowhere with this philosophy.
So do you agree with Malcolm X that white people should be killed? Is that why you're here?
You damn right I do!
You do?
You think I'm scared to say that to you?
4. It seems a majority of the participants in BLM protests are only in it for the chaos. The large majority have no plan, no goal. A movement lacking vision will arrive nowhere. You may even argue that some African Americans are too self-indulging to maintain a constant vision within the movement. They rely on grievances that are not even their own, nor have they experienced a life of real oppression. The only oppression they face is inflicted by the progressive left, who use their issues as a political tool. Progressives don't care about the black community at all.
I hear a lot of black people on Facebook talking about they want to move to Africa. Well, move y'all ass to Africa. I ain't going with you. Fuck that. I'll buy your passport. Because you know what? People in Africa don't even like blacks in America, so I don't even know why y'all even want to go there.
5. The segment of the black community who does not engage in or encourage killing of white people or fellow black people will start to make their voices heard. No one with a brain, a family, or a future will allow a race war to commence. Those who think it is all right to murder police or white people will only end up in prison for the rest of their lives. The violent activists want to take the biggest steps toward advancement, but the sheer nature of their violent behavior suggests they are not fit to lead or participate in any legitimate movement. In closing, we as civilized people should know that we are up against a reckless and violent ideology. The ideology will implode. The black community will eventually put a stop to it, ironically enough. Thanks for watching. Subscribe.